someone need hide. I'm trying to fill it with the stars. I don't feel like I am every time I ask myself why. And my heart is turned to me. Saving my memory, saving my memory, saving my memory. Saving my
Good morning, friends, followers, and channel members. Oh, it's horrible weather. Welcome to the UK in November. We can't really complain. We've had some beautiful weather this year, and even in the last week or so, the temperatures have been well above normal for this time of year. But since the clocks went back on the Sunday at the weekend, it's official. It literally was like someone's flicked a switch, and it's very now autumnal and wet and damp. And yeah, we had Storm Claudio yesterday hitting the UK shores and overnight, so a little bit windy. So we're going to escape those today here from Gatwick, and we're heading down to Marseille, where it is also wet and stormy and a little windy. So we might get some nice weather en route in between. We'll have to check out the charts in a minute. Thursday morning stream, guys. How are we all doing? Hope you're well, whatever it is you're doing, whether you're at the other side of the world and you're just rocking in from work, putting us on to sit back and chill and relax while we take you on our flight for the next hour and a half. Or if you are in the UK or Europe and you're working, in inverted commas, and hopefully we'll keep you entertained with a nice stream and flight as you crack on with your day. Right, welcome on board, everybody. So, who have we got in the chat? We've got MSFS Pilot, Izazel, Barry. Good morning to you, Barry. Hope you are well. Uncle Poo, I can't actually say that, but thank you for coming on board. Hey, J-Hog. Christian's here as well. Danny, too. Chris RLS, Simon, Touchdown. Klaus Hansen, good morning from Copenhagen. How's the weather in Copenhagen, Klaus? Mike Papa and Tim is there as well. I'm not flying in P3D, no, Tim. No, we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Abed, good morning, Abed. HD, good morning. Clearly, you've not been, you're not flying in this weather then. Look at you. Steven says he's, you're in your 737 performing maintenance down at Cambridge, UK. Is that getting battered by the weather as well? It's not a million miles from London, is it really? Safety, Dominic, focus to infinity. Dennis Brown, he's 4 miles. Dennis Brown is 4 miles away from a very wet Gatwick. Flying Medic, good morning to you as well. Flying Medic, ironically, for your name, you're not feeling well today, so you're having a duvet day. Fair enough. And Amateur says, greetings from Russia. Would like to see the work of the cockpit A320 and the McDo programming. Yep, we'll have to go through all of that as well. Right, well, the operational flight plan is pinned into the chat in YouTube if you're watching on there as usual, and a big welcome, of course, to our Twitch viewers if you're watching on Twitch. Right, let's get on board, shall we? There we go. Dave Hudson, hi Dave, how you doing, my friend? Oh right, okay, Dave. Oh, that's really kind of you, but not to worry, mate. Not to worry. It's awful times at the moment for everybody, isn't it? So don't worry about that. Morning flight, that means we are cold and dark. Can I remember how to start this thing from cold and dark? Well, let's just do the before power flow to begin with, shall we? But basically, we just want to make sure everything is off. So we're not going to fry the ground staff with our weather radars and things, engine mode selectors. Not, of course, just here in the sim, but also the hardware I've got next to me. Making sure, of course, that they are... that's to norm. The engine mode selector, the engine starter switches are off. The wiper switches also turned off, and yeah, and the landing gear, don't forget that one. Yeah, that's down. Okay, right, well, let's power up the aircraft. A quick scan also says that everything else is fine, but we'll go ahead and power up the aircraft, and we'll start getting passengers on board. Dark Fury, good morning to you as well. 2 Papa Kilo, thank you for the follow on Twitch this morning. Eastbirds, good morning, Eastbirds. Hope you are well. Right, so what's the voltage? Voltage is fine. Let's get the batteries on. This music seems quite energetic for a Thursday morning, doesn't it? We might have to tone that down a little bit later on. That's fine. External power is available. And then we'll just do the fire test as well. Need the clicks for that. Actually, HD, just confirm something for me. Can we do the APU fire test before the triple click, or not? HD also says, I know the scan better than he does, he just looks around going, yeah, that's alright. I actually believe you when you say that. No, we can't do the test before the triple. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just sit here and wait for that. Didn't know because it was the APU and not the other and not the main engines that we could. Anyway, well, while I'm just waiting for that, let's just check out what we're doing today. So pushing back in 18 minutes. No, we're not. We're going to be late. There's our clicks. There we go. And we don't have any ATC here this morning, but that's okay. We can not need to worry about that. Okay, well, let's get the fire tests done. Oh, Dave Hudson, mate, thank you so much for rejoining. Welcome back, Dave, to the Captain's Club. I really, really do appreciate that. As I do all the channel members, particularly in these financially troubling times. So, David, thank you so much for your support. Really, really kind of you. Right, let's do the fire tests then, shall we? And we can check that down there. Oh, actually, that's quite interesting. So, I need to actually have the screens turned up before we can do this. It's a bit useless otherwise. And you don't want to press that APU fire test for too long, otherwise you can actually discharge it, I think I'm right in saying. Something like 3 seconds, something like that. Right, let me check that again. There we go. I don't think that would work in the sim, to be honest, but some useless knowledge there. That's fine. Engine fire there. It's good as well. That's there. And the engine light there as well. Okay, let's start getting everything aligned. So HD says, yeah, that's correct, particularly if the volts are low. Christian shocked. Yeah, guess who's been reading? So, that's fine, that's all done. Fire test is done. We're getting the ADs aligned. That'll take 7 minutes or so. Okay. Well, first thing we're going to do is check out the weather then. We've no ATIS, so we'll have to get it off here. Latest weather information we've got is the winds aren't too bad. You can see there 300 at 4, variable 270 to 340. Visibility is 8 kilometers, light rain, scatter 700, broken 16, broken 4,300, 11 degrees, QNH 1000. So we'll go and continue the normal flow then. So set 1000 here, anti-skid, that's fine. Come down here, we're going to need 122.8 onto Unicom. I'm going to just check we're on the guard frequency as well. We're going to be flying over France today, so who knows, we might get the animal noises. So that's done. They're all fine. Switching panel thrustmasters, that's good. Transponder squawk 2000. Come up to the FCU. And bob those on. Initial climb I think is 5,000 today. Actually I need to continue the overhead flow. Oh, see, totally out of sequence. That's good. Lights, lights, lights. They can come off. They can be left. And we'll just turn on the lights here as well. It's very dark and murky, isn't it? Very dark and murky. Alright, the panels are all set up and we're good to go. Let's get that APU started then. Start getting the crew boarded and passengers boarded. The rain keeps washing across the airfield as well, as you can see, which is quite neat. I like that. One of the other good things that Microsoft Flight Simulator does incredibly well. Let's have a look at our operational flight plan. Oh, the oxygen test. We did the CRV test. I don't know if you missed that. We did the oxygen. Let's do the oxygen test. Where is it? I found the click spots for this. Got that one there. That one there. Why couldn't I hold that one down? There we go. This was technically the first flight for the day, so yeah, we should have gone and done that. What about the tray table test? Excellent, I've got somewhere to put the sandwiches. Hey David Butler, hey Drax, good morning to you. Right, so our operational flight plan is here. Alternate is Leon today as we're heading down to Marseille. Flight level 370, trip wind of 10. And we've got just under 14 tons of passengers, just over 3 tons underloaded. 4.5 is the shear rate, so shouldn't be too bad. There's our flight routing. Plug fuel 7.5 tons. Let's just check what we've got. Nothing on our moorers. All good. There's no real terrain on today's flight, is there? So that's okay. Look at the weather at the time this was created, which was only a couple of hours ago, to be honest. A320 Geek says you're in the approach of Marseille from Bordeaux. Weather's not good. Nope, that's pretty much what we expect to see, isn't it? So we've got clouds 2.5, visibility 1.4 kilometers. Let's have a look then at the weather brief. So this is what we've currently got. It's light rain, but it's more what it's becoming really that's perhaps of more concern. So depending on how long it takes for us to get there, you can see there's potentially thunderstorms on the way. That will obviously dump some rain as well. Visibility would drop because of that. So yeah, it's all nasty. But the probability is low of these thunderstorms and gusts coming up to 40. The good thing is that I believe the winds are going to be pretty much almost a headwind, so we're not going to have a battered crosswind landing like I did in the video yesterday. Whether the alternate though, the alternate is Leon, and that's cav okay. So from a planning standpoint of view, we're all right. But again, just the weather for the whole south of France is looking a bit naff the further the day goes on. So we don't want to hang around for too long and bring that into our thoughts when we're selecting how much fuel we're going to take. So there's our flight route, and here's the weather. So we've got occasional turbulence up to 32,000 feet, icing as well, so another use of the anti-ice. We've got icing as well all the way through there, so yeah, lots of icing, a little bit of turbulence, and then when we get down here, lots more icing as well. What is that symbol? I've not seen that one before. I would have to look that one up. Go on, HT. What's I can't zoom in on that. Or can I? Hang on. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing that. That is a new one. I'd have to get the book out. Either way, it's just naff. Should we just leave it at that? It's naff. I'm going to start the boarding process.
Boarding requested.
Okay, APU is on and the APU bleed is on. It's been on for a while, so we'll get the packs up and running. The U is icing and the top hat is turbulence. You think it's a new symbol, not one I'm familiar with. If you want a clear look, you can obviously download that on the operational flight plan pinned to the chat. Right, well I'm going to start setting the box up and we'll tell the ground crew what fuel we want. Well, given the weather that we've got, and particularly weather all around the south of France, which is just rubbish, plug fuel 6.5 tons. Let's in case it got really bad, because these are all probabilities as well, even though they're quite low. In case it got really bad, I'm going to take 8 tons of fuel. We're underloaded enough to get that, so let's go with our mass and balance. Just check these are... oh, why is that? We're going to have to resend the load sheet. Let's just try that again. Let's just re-import that. There's Mr. Dispatcher. Good morning, sir. It's that cold and icy. Look, he's sliding to the aircraft. I didn't realise Gatwick had installed travelators on the taxiway. Hey Willie, good morning. So 8 tons of fuel. And we'll load our aircraft.
Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags start to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Alright, so let's go through and settle the box. Shame we've not got any air traffic control today, but never mind. Just going to check that no one's come online since we've been here. Oh, actually, yes, there is. We've now got we have now got some ATC. Well, in that case, I'm just going to tune to the ATIS. We'll get all the information while I start setting up the box. You guys can listen to the ATIS info, and I'll start the box setup. Oh, I don't think voice has been activated yet. Alright, well, we'll check that in a little while. In fact, if I leave it tuned, it might sort itself out in a while. But basically, all the information I need to know is runway 24 left is currently in use, and QNH 1000 information Charlie is current. Gonzalez, good morning to you, sir. Liked the crosswind landing at Liverpool yesterday, yeah. Christian, did I say 24 left? Of course I meant 26 left. That's my old Manchester runway configuration coming in. Of course, they never actually landed 24 left. They did depart runway 24 left, though. So let's do our... Oh! I bet I'm out of date for my ideas today. Not the ideas, the AirX cycle. Yeah, I'm out of date by one. Never mind. We'll just ignore that. If you haven't yet flown yet today, remember to update that. Ah, oh, invalid flight plan uplink. Yeah, see, I bet we've got wrong data. It's not going to let me do this. We're going to have to go back and do it the old-fashioned way, I bet. Ugh, okay. Oh, how annoying. Right. Alright, so... not done this for a while. All the waypoints should still be there, I'm sure. Lima... Fox... Mike... Lima... Flight number is Easy 35 Hotel November. Cost index of 4, and we're applying flight level 370 today. Temperature should be 53. Nick celebrating! How many months of memberships? 21! Nick, thanks so much, mate. You've been here since year dot, haven't you, Nick? Legend. 32,154. Wins. We're stand. Where are we? Stand 103. Just check the coordinates for that. Yep, that's fine. And 105 west. Yeah, that's fine as well. Good. Right, let's build this up then. So, departing runway 26 left, Bogner 1 X-ray, departure. And then from Bogner we're taking Uniform Lima 612. Uniform Lima 612. And that takes us to Resmi. After Resmi, Uniform Mike 728. To Ketex. And after Ketex, we're going direct again. That might be the last airway, that's the problem, HD. So yeah, that's us done. We're direct then after this. So then it's Cottis. Then Kukor. Then Utuva. Then Lurga. How often do you have to do it this way, HD? Not too often, I'm guessing. And then, so we'll insert that, and then we're arriving. 1-3 left. ILS Zulu. 1-3 left. Lurga 1 Romeo. And the VIA is... Is it Avignon or Zebra? Oh, let's have a quick look. If none of these look right, this may be where a discrepancy is coming in the was it Rick? Is it Rixie? Could be Rixie. I think it is. We'll check that out in a moment. There'll be a discontinuity, I think, down here as well, so let's clear that out. Oh no, there isn't. Right, what's this look like? Well, there's Avignon, and... yeah, actually, that looks right, compared to the chart that I've got. What have we got distance-wise? 534 on the operational flight plan, 535 in the box. Wonderful. Okay, RadNav page, we'll just get Mayfield in. Hey Barry, see you soon. Right, so that's the flight plan put in manually. Not often we have to do that, thankfully. Oh, I've not got any load sheet either. Typical. Oh, everything's going wrong this morning. Right, zero fuel weight is 57.8. Standard CFG. Fuel for our alternate, which is Leon, where the weather is going to be good for a while yet. Let's go with 1.7 tons for that. Hit the fuel planning button. So we are taking 8 tons of fuel, so quite a lot extra today given the bad weather. 7-1. So almost an extra half an hour.
The fueling truck is on its way.
Of thinking time.
Please
Takeoff
don't
weight
load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives.
65.6.
and asks to do it.
So about a ton overweight for landing. Who's just closed the door? Self-loading cargo still trying to load passengers. There we go. I'm fuel factor HD and SimBrief. I'm still using 0, so we really should be okay today. I think shouldn't cause us any issues. That cat 2 in op may cause me issues. That'll go. Spurious cat 2 in op warning. Don't worry about that. Right, well I can't do the performance data until I've got that load sheet come through. But we can start doing a little bit of a brief, I think. We've just not got the final details. APU's up and running, refueling's completed, isn't it? Yeah, so get those off. Or rather get those on. Get rid of the ground crew and the chocks. That's all sorted. So -5 is working really well for HD. Christian also says -5 is good. Oh, we'll have to start using -5 then if that's proving better. How's that look when you're doing your actual initial init-B setup? When you're putting how much fuel you've got, does it sometimes tell you you've not quite got enough, or is that working all right? By that I mean, so we've taken 8 tons today. Would it have said that we need perhaps a little bit more, or and then does it balance out on the actual flight? Oh, there you go. Yeah, HD's already preempted my question. Makes fuel planning the FMGC a bit off the OFP, but it does work in flight. Fair enough.
Is in position.
Fair enough. Right, I might not actually get a load sheet because I had to bring it in again, didn't I? Never mind. Aaron on Twitch, good morning to you, says, do I always plan with more fuel? When the weather's like this? Absolutely. Right, we're all boarded. Everything's there. Let's resend that load sheet. And then hopefully we've got it to play with. Ah, there we are. Okay, so I can use actual figures, can't I now? We didn't get a preliminary load sheet. That must have got blown away. So 0 fuel weight 57.7. And 30.5. Takeoff CFG's 28.5. Let's go to the performance. So runway 26 left here at Gatwick. It is of course wet. Flaps 1. I'm going to have the anti-ice on, I think. Temperature is 11. The cloud base is pretty low. In fact, what was it? Do we need it? What were the clouds at? 1,600 feet. Yeah, okay. Oh, we probably could get away without packs being on. We're just going to turn them on pretty quickly once we're on departure, so we'll bring that into the brief. We'll leave them off for the actual takeoff roll. Takeoff weight is 65.6. And that's CFG's 28.5. Just bring in the live weather. And we will plan with our usual intersection departure here in Gatwick, which is for Bravo 1. $131, $142, $145. Well, flaps 1, flex is that 60 or 68? 68 would be rather high today. 60. Flaps 160. Right, let's do the secondary flight plan page for our engine out procedure. So what do we got? Just double check. Thrust reduction acceleration is 1196, 196. Yeah, that's fine. Engine out procedure at Gatwick. We've seen this dozens of times before. Standard 1700 feet left turn Willow. Let's go and pop that in. Quick look at the chat. And oh, you're discussing tankering fuel. Oh well, yeah, the Santa flight. That will be coming up soon, won't it? All good fun. Right, where's Kilo Whiskey 06 on our departure? Just check where that is. That's the first waypoint straight out, so I'm going to base it off that one. Kilo Whiskey 06. Runway track of 257. Pop it 15 miles out. Then a left turn to Willow. Enter the hold. Inbound course is 284. And that is left turns. At which point we'll then come back into Gatwick if we've lost an engine. ILS 26, no start, back in from Willow. Paranoia check, but I'm pretty certain this is right. There we go, straight out, left turn, Willow, enter the hold and back in. Beautiful. It's a work of art, that engine out procedure, isn't it? Alright, we're all set. I think everybody's on board. Let's get the doors closed, final checks, then we'll do the brief and start the checklists.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thanks a lot.
Gatwick Ground has also just come online, so let's go and get our clearance. Gatwick Ground, good evening. Good morning. EC35 Hotel November Stand 103 Type A320. Requesting IFR clearance is filed to Marseille, and we have information. Charlie.
Easy35 Hotel November, Gatwick Ground, a very good morning. Encrypted destination Marseille, Bogner 1 X-ray departure, squawk 7616, information Delta, QNH 1000.
Cleared via the Bogner 1 X-ray, runway 26 left, and initial climb 5000, squawk 7616. Information Delta now current, and squawk is, correction, QNH is 1000.
EC35 Hotel November, read back correct.
Gatwick Ground, very good morning. Shamrock 233 Airbus A320 with Delta, stand 16, request clearance to Dublin.
Shamrock 233 Gatwick Ground, a very good morning. Good destination Dublin, North Mel.
Right, everything we've done and loaded into the box is accurate and correct. So let's look at doing the full brief. If you're just joining us, welcome guys. Sorry I don't pay too much attention to the chat just while setting everything up because, well, we want to get out of here, don't we? Alright, so let's start with the weather. Currently we have got nice light winds, 320 at 5, so as we depart, slight wind coming from the right. Visibility is 8 kilometers, we've got light rain in vicinity as well. Clouds are a few at 600 feet. They've dropped actually, so with that I think we will use anti-ice for the departure. If they're at 600 feet, so I'm going to rerun that in a moment. So yeah, so few clouds, 600 feet, broken through there, 3,500 feet, and QNH is 1,000, which we've got set. Runway conditions are a little bit wet. We have had passing rain this morning. Weather en route, there's ice, there's a bit of turbulence. I expected lots of icing conditions today over Europe, so until we get above that, we'll have anti-ice on probably for the majority of the climb. Aircraft is type A320, fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar, sadly. And yeah, aircraft performance is pretty good. In fact, very good. Better than the real aircraft. No NOTAMs for our departure today. Threats to be aware of, we've just discussed. We've got lots of icing and low-level cloud. Not really too much to worry about in terms of terrain around London Gatwick. For those of you familiar with it, you can see MSA as we're going is 2,100 feet. We've got some speed restrictions as well, so we'll pop those in too. And yeah, that we've got ATC on board as well, which is really nice because depending on how much traffic's around, we can navigate that safely. So let me just double check what our V speed is. It's 216. Okay, we can fly at clean speed. Let's just pre-select that. Yeah, so there's our want checklist. Weather we've discussed, aircraft we've discussed, NOTAMs we've discussed, and threats we're aware of. Not really too many, to be honest. Right, let's go through the box then. So the flight plan is all put in. We're expecting our runway 26 left. I've got Mayfield pre-tuned, and we're expecting cruise level today at flight level 370. We might want to be able to get up to 350 to begin with. Just go through the speeds, and I want to rerun these because I want anti-ice on. So let's just check what that's going to be. We're going to have anti-ice on for departure as the cloud base has just dropped slightly. In fact, we'll get all of that on. See how that changes. 30, 41, 44. 30, 41, 44. 130, 141, 144. The flex has changed as well. Have I got wing anti-ice? I don't need wing anti-ice, just the engine anti-ice. Try that. 30, 41, 44, 53. There we go. So now let's just confirm those speeds. So we've got V speeds VR is 130, V1 is 130, VR is 141, V2 144, and we're clean at 216. We've taken 8 tons of fuel, which is more than enough just because of the bad weather that we may get on arrival, and the bad weather generally around to the south of France as well. Right. With taxi then, let's look how we're going to just perform this. We're expecting pushback onto Kilo facing east, taxi out most likely Kilo Papa, then either Bravo or Alpha, potentially Mike depending on where they want to take us. And then on the departure itself, straight out, no turns below 710, nice straight out departure, initial climb 5,000. We'll clean up on schedule, and we've got pre-selected speed of green dot, which is 216. It's noise abatement 2, and our first turn is to the left. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. The Emergency brief then, standard Airbus emergency brief, but the engine out procedure here, if anything goes bang below, after V1, then we'll get the aircraft into the air. Once we've secured our engines and we'll pass 1700 feet, we'll make a left turn to Willow, and yeah, we'll come back into Gatwick. Worth bringing in mind that we are currently a ton overweight for landing, so if that was the case, you might need to just run the overweight landing checks to get back in. Right, it's been a long old setup this morning, hasn't it? But I think we're nearly about to go. We've been streaming 47 minutes and we're still here. Let me just clear off GSX because we need to sort that out. I don't mind flying it at 216. I know it's a little bit slower HD, but just fly, if we fly green dot, we'll get above that weather quicker. Hopefully. It's not for very long either, I don't think. So the cockpit preparation checklist, aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 7,940 kilograms balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. ADIR's nav and the barrow is 1,000, and that's 200 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation up here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened and give them their full attention.
Departure check
as they
completed.
begin their
Bypass
safe
pin inserted.
A big welcome on board today to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks and merchandise throughout the duration of the flight. Once again, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Easyjet today. We'll have an update for you when we are airborne.
Right, we'll contact ATC and get going. Looks like that rain's about to come back in again, doesn't it, actually?
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Ground Easy 35 Hotel November, stand 103 is ready for push and start.
Easy 35 Hotel November, stand 103, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start approved, facing east, Easy 35 Hotel November. Okay, and parking brakes released. Are they going to get us going? Where are they? Hang on. Let's put them parking brakes back on again. Come on, GSX, are you going to play ball today? Ah, there we go. Right, let's do that properly. So, beacon lights on, acupressure in the green, sorted that. Transponders on, okay, start the timer, and we're going tail left.
Mocking deer.
Before start checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, phones on silent, doors are closed and armed, beacon is on.
Oscar, Sierra, India, Delta, through runway 26 left, we have the chance, Wizax.
Easyjet 12 Gatwick, ground A, very good morning.
Parking brakes released.
Destination Damascus, Minfo 1, Mike departure, squawk 7274, information Delta, QNH 1000.
Alright, engine mode selected to ignition, starting engine 1. Should have mentioned I'm not doing single engine taxi, but
Can you repeat, please? Thank you. Wind 747, bit Cherish.
Seabird 12, Roger, clear to destination, Damascus, Memphis, 1 Mike departure, squawk 7274.
Full flights, am I doing a Doncaster flight tomorrow? I don't know, I'd like to, but it all depends on the time. I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'm afraid, sadly, tomorrow. Childcare issues, as always. It'll be a shame, though. Final commercial flight goes into Doncaster tomorrow, doesn't it?
Departure Memphis, squawk 7274. I will change my flight plan. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures.
Shamrock 233, stand 16, request push.
Is in your seat.
Shamrock 233, stand 16, push and start approved, face west.
Life jackets.
Push our through, face to the west, Shamrock 233.
If you hear brace, brace.
Here comes the rain.
2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle,
Parking brake set.
and 2 at the
Waiting your
front.
confirmation for good engine start.
Engine number 1 looks good. Starting engine 2.
And Gatwick ground, a very good morning, Easy, for 9 and Golf 6, stand 4 left, Airbus A320, information Delta, GNH 1000, question clearance up to the Isle of Man, please.
And release.
Easy 49 Golf Sector, Gatwick ground, a very good morning. Your clear to destination, Isle of Man, Lamborn 6 Mike departure, squawk 2237.
Paul Newman, good evening to you.
information Delta,
Hey, Mark,
QNH
just seen you as well, mate.
1000.
Cleared to the Isle of Man, 26 left, Lamborn 6 Mike 2237, Easy, 49 Golf 6.
Richard says Gatwick sounds as busy as ever this
49
morning.
Golf Sector, is
Yes.
that correct?
It's nice, isn't it?
Decided to adjust.
Random Badger, great name. Thanks for following on Twitch.
Before helping others.
September 6 November Zulu, taxi holding point Alpha 2, runway 26 left, via November and Alpha Sierra.
Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together.
Just waiting for engine 2 to stabilise. Full flights, yeah, the feeder flight's the last one, I think, tomorrow, isn't it? So sad.
Pulling the toggle.
September 6 November Zulu, negative is holding point Alpha 2.
Blow into the tube.
No correction, Alpha 2, Lufthansa.
Right, I might see if we can take Bravo, it's a slightly shorter taxi. Right, engine 2's good, let's get rid of the ground crew.
Must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight
Unlocking
with
gear.
EasyJet.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Ground, Umbrella 1, we are ready for push and start.
Amber 81, recycle squawk 7507.
7.
7507.
And they have to start
75,
checklist.
come on.
Anti-ice is off at the moment. We don't put the anti-ice on until we've got the takeoff clearance, do we?
Tow truck disconnected.
Anyway, anti-ice is currently off.
Pin removed.
Ecam status is
Left is clear. Right is clear.
checked. Pitch trim's 28.5. Rudder is neutral.
Squawk said Umbrella 1.
Amber 81, thank you. Just stand by hold position, I'll get back to
Do
you
we put it on
shortly.
after engine start? Well, that would make sense, but then the takeoff flow then doesn't make sense. But okay.
Shamrock 233 for planning purposes, will you be able to make a 90-degree left-hand turn onto Mike there?
Yep, we should do, yep. Shamrock 233.
Shamrock 233, thank you. Break, Amber 81, stand 24, push and start approved, face east.
Right, ground crew's happy. He's waving
Push
to
and
us.
start, April facing east, Umbrella 1.
Lufthansa 6 November Zulu, contact London Control on our frequency 132.6, bye-bye.
Off he goes.
Lufthansa 6 November Zulu, contact London Control on our frequency 132.6,
Let's do a flight control check while we're here.
bye-bye.
Full left.
1326 Lufthansa.
Full
6
right.
Zulu, bye-bye.
Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral rudder. Full right rudder. Full left. Let me get to cruise HD, or take off at least, and yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, let's get the taxi clearance. We're expecting. Where are we expecting? Kilo Papa, and if we can go Bravo, that'd be great. Ground Easy 34 Hotel November's ready for taxi, and we can take Bravo.
Easy 35 Hotel November, Roger, taxi holding point Bravo 1, runway 26 left via Papa.
Holding point Bravo 1 for 26 left via Papa. Easy 35 Hotel November. On.
The chair is ready to push back.
Okay, short taxi.
1T, Roger stand 558, position start approved.
Let's get the camera crew seated. So it's not going to take that long to get there. Okay, quick pace check. Performance, still QNH 1000, got a flex departure. Departing at Bravo intersection.
Ground easy 230.
Engine up procedures, standard for Gatwick, 1700 feet.
104, position start approved.
Left turn Willow. Departure is the Bogner 1 X-ray, no turns below 720 feet.
233, request taxi.
Straight out. Initial turn will be to the left. And stop climb 5000.
126 left, via Mike, Shamrock 233.
And the taxi checklist, flight controls have been checked. Just do a brake check actually. Brake check's good. So flight controls have been checked. Flap setting, config 1, FMA. Climb nav blue 1FT2, 5000 blue 53 is the flex. Radar predictive wind shear is on. Ecam memo, takeoff no blue. Stow our EFBs.
Shamrock 233, contact London control on our frequency 132.6, goodbye.
132.6, Shamrock 233, goodbye.
Should we get ourselves actually on the taxi line?
Amber 8-1, we are ready also for taxi.
Amber 8-1, taxi 20 point Mike, 1 runway 26 left, fire Mike.
Taxi to holding point Mike 1.
Look at the way these clouds are coming, I'm glad we put the anti-ice on. Wasn't going to initially, but the cloud layers just dropped, so... What's the temperature doing?
And Easy 35, Hotel November with the pleasure controlling you, sir. Contact under control now, frequency 132.6, goodbye.
Thanks very much for the service, and over to centre. Thank you, Easy 35 Hotel November. Bye-bye.
Roger. 233, line up now, 26 left.
Line up 26 left, Shamrock 233.
Tomjet 7 Bravo Alpha, just start reducing to final approach speed.
Just at the final approach speed now, Tomjet 7 Bravo Alpha.
Rhino 6 Quebec Bravo, head 28 degrees.
So just to confirm, this is the route we'll take to line up, not this way. That's Bravo Romeo, isn't it?
QNH 1000 hectopascal. Time machine 2, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1000.
Down to 4,000 for time machine 2.
London Control, good morning, Easy 35 Hotel November's with you at Bravo 1.
Shamrock 233, clear for takeoff 26 left.
Clear takeoff 26 left, Shamrock 233.
Easy 35 Hotel November, London, hello, hold at Bravo 1.
Roger, holding Bravo 1, Easy 35 Hotel November.
Rhino 66 Mike Bravo, descend flight level 90.
Descent 990, Bravo 66 Mike Bravo.
Under control, Tomjet 7 Bravo Alpha, intersected the glide plus 26 left, Gatwick.
2,000 feet for 5,000.
Just down to 6 November, Zulu, climb flight
Oh,
level
look at the wash from the engines. That's awesome.
Tomjet 7 Bravo Alpha, Roger, continue approach.
Continue approach, Tomjet 7 Bravo
That's
Alpha.
really neat, isn't it?
Easy 35 Hotel November, behind the landing 2E737 from Bravo 1, line up 26 left behind.
Behind the landing, 2E737, line up and wait 5 Bravo 1, runway 26 left, behind, Easy 35 Hotel November.
Tomjet 7 Bravo Alpha, clear to land 26 left, surface wind 3205.
So, clear to land, Tomjet 7 Bravo Alpha.
Rhino 6 Quebec Bravo, descent to altitude 2,000 feet.
2,000 feet, Rhino 6 Quebec Bravo.
Looks like visibility is really reduced, doesn't it?
Gliding 290 degrees.
Love how the raindrops as well are just refracting the light.
233, turn right direct Kennet, climb flight level
Tracky on Twitch, good morning.
Right direct Kennet 210, Shamrock 233.
Lufthansa 6 November Zulu, redirect Balkan.
Just turn those off for a second.
Derek Faulkner, Lufthansa 6 November Zulu.
Amber 81.
Yep, just about to call you on a hold. I'm M1.
And break 1, thank you. Behind this landing 737. Line up and wait on 26 left.
After landing aircraft, line up runway 267 wait.
That looks windy.
78 Foxtrot ready for taxi.
Right, let's go then, guys.
6 Quebec Bravo, turn left heading 240, cleared ILS 22.
Left 240, clear.
Oh, those click spots.
Seabird 778 Foxtrot, thank you. Right Alpha, hold Alpha 3.
Right Alpha, hold Alpha 3, Seabird 778 Foxtrot.
Louder 417,
And the lineup checklist. So, cabin is secured, takeoff runway is 26 left, confirmed. Hacks are off, TCAS TRA.
Bravo, fly heading 035. Ryanair 66 Mike Bravo, fly heading 035.
Heading 035, 66 Mike Bravo.
Jet 7 Bravo Alpha, first right turn onto 08 left and call ground 121.8, goodbye.
First right on the 08 left and call ground, Jet 7 Bravo Alpha, 580.
Goodbye, Z35 Hotel November, surface wind is 3205. From Bravo 1, 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 26 left, easy, 35 Hotel November.
Ryanair 6 Quebec Bravo, runway 22, cleared to land, surface wind 1705.
22 clear to land, Ryanair 6
Right,
Bravo.
let's
and
go.
Ryanair 66 Mike Bravo, descend to altitude 3000 feet, QNH is 1000 hectopascals.
So, engine 2's critical.
Ryanair 66 Mike Bravo, descend altitude 3000 feet, QNH is 1000.
Hope for a nice takeoff.
Descent 3000 feet, QNH
take off
1000.
thrust.
Ryanair 66 Mike Bravo.
Time machine 2.
Come on, get in the gate. Man flex, SRS and runway.
On 26 left.
Descend to 3000 and we'll do the ILS 26 left approach. Time machine 2.
100 now, check.
Under control, good morning, Lufthansa 29 Golf, we're inbound.
V1.
Starting our descent for the Logan to hotel arrival.
Rotate.
Lufthansa 29 Golf, London, thank you, descend flight level 250 level Logan.
Descend 250 level Logan, Lufthansa 29 Golf.
And 7 Air 15, Alpha length push and start approved, QNH 1000, hectopascals.
Gear up.
Should start approved for QNH 1000. Thank you very much. Now we'll play that.
This 121 Mike is with you, currently flight level 320, inbound for Sandy.
Swiss 121 Mike, London, hello, squawk 3076.
Just climb.
3776, squawk, Swiss 121 Mike.
Speedbird 2759 with you, flight level 240, inbound ABNED.
Swiss 2759, thank you, squawk 6267, it's a Tempera 2 Golf arrival.
6267, I'm expecting Tempera 2 Golf arrival, Speedbird 2759, thank you.
Easy35 Hotel November, report your passing altitude, climb now, flight level 170.
Climb flight level 170 and passing 2,200 feet. Easy 35 Hotel November.
Thank you, Lufthansa 6 November Zulu, climb flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Lufthansa 6 November.
Flap 0, spoilers disarmed. 170 needs to be in open climb. There we go, open climb 170 blue.
So once, louder 417, climb flight level 180.
And we're on standard pressure.
Number 81, clear for takeoff, 26 left, the wind 3605.
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, thank you.
And the other aircraft that called?
EZ65 off Romeo, radio check.
Readability 5.
Roger, good morning, EZ65 off Romeo.
Bit of a strange takeoff that. It wasn't the normal call that you'd give to transferring frequencies, because obviously we've not transferred frequencies, have we?
And EZ65 Alpha Romeo, Roger, cleared Amsterdam, match 3 Yankee departure.
Match?
Squawk 2714.
Cleared Amsterdam, match 3 Yankee departure, squawk 2714, EZ65 Alpha Romeo.
65 Alpha Romeo, read back, correct.
London Control, good morning, EZ23 Hotel Whiskey.
EZ23 Hotel Whiskey, London, hello. Line up runway 26 left.
Line up 26 left, EZ23 Hotel Whiskey.
Time machine 2, descend with the glide path.
We'll descend with the glide path at machine crew.
Shamrock 233, higher with Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Higher with Unicom, Shamrock 233.
RLS says blue sky at last, yes. I'm not seeing any so far this stream.
Passing 1100.
Amber 81, roger, climb flight level 100.
Climbing 100, Amber 81.
Easy 35 Hotel November, route direct impact.
Direct impact for Easy 35 Hotel November.
Control, Dallas 1322 Southampton, stand to CRJ 700, request clearance to Valencia.
That was a long way away.
London Control, cleared to Valencia via Quebec 41 airway. Initial climb flight.
Okay, managed speed, we're now off the SID.
7577.
Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
That's departure on the Quebec 41 airway, initial altitude 9,000, squawk 7577.
Skies 1322, that's all correct. Runway 20 is in use, give me a call when ready for pushback.
And coming up 10,000, right, happy to release the cabin crew.
And Ryanair 66, Mike Bravo,
give them a ding.
140 degrees.
Heading 140 degrees, Ryanair 66, Mike Bravo.
Keep that ice on for the time being.
6 Bravo located. 6 Bravo, very good.
So we're going to go to flight level 35 when we get the chance. Clear the RADNAV page out.
Easy 23 Hotel Whiskey, clear takeoff 26 left, 3605.
Copy the active and we'll set cost index of 0.
I think your mic was muted there, just confirm clear for takeoff.
Always away, Easy 22 Whiskey, clear for takeoff 26 left, thank you.
Thank you. Easy 35 Hotel November, climb flight level 370.
And Easy 35 Hotel November, is it possible to climb flight level 350?
35 Hotel November, AFO, climb flight level 350.
350 for Easy 35 Hotel November, thank you.
Amber 81, climb flight level 370.
Climbing 370, Amber 81.
And just check, can't read that. 350 blue.
140 when ready.
140 when ready, speedbird 2759.
Right, 66 Mike Bravo, descend altitude 2.
Martin, really glad you're getting good landing rate now with the Phoenix. Madeira is no easy place either. See you in a bit, HD. Dan Skelton, hello mate. Hey, you Spurs.
Copy the winds, clear takeoff, runway 27 right.
Christian says he looks like he's slightly in front, so he can dismantle his aircraft on the runway at Marseille so we have a better grid.
Bravo, heading 190 degrees, cleared on ST2. Right, 66 Mike Bravo, head 190, cleared.
How great does that look? Chris Shaw, hi mate.
Clear to LS, runway 22, Ryanair 66, Mike Bravo.
Holding.
That looks like some rocking rain clouds over there, doesn't it? Look at that.
Easy 72, roger. After the landing A320,
I think we're going to be
line up on 26
avoiding that,
behind.
thankfully.
After the landing A320, line up behind E70.
Time machine 2, cleared to land 26 left, surface wind is 3605 knots.
26 left, clear to land, time machine 2.
Easy 23 Hotel Whiskey, climb flight level 170.
Level 170, Easy 23 Hotel Whiskey.
Amber 81, redirect Benbow.
Direct Benbow, Amber 81.
Louder 417, climb flight level 290.
Climb level 290, level 417.
I think we can get rid of the anti-ice, to be honest.
29 Golf, descend flight level 160.
Save the fuel where we can.
160, Golf.
Blue Max to Tango X-ray, this push.
Blue Max 2 Tango X-ray, push and start approved. QNH 1000, 10 pascals.
QNH 1000, push approved. Just to confirm, on to Juliet or into the alleyway?
Out to you, there's no traffic.
David Rem on Twitch says he's had his first butter landing thanks to the YouTube video. Changed his sensitivity, so he's now happy and wanted to pass on his thanks. David, thank you. I hope you're enjoying the Phoenix aircraft. It's great aircraft to fly, isn't it? I'm going to have to put that anti-ice back on in a minute, I see. Hey Otto, good to see you. We're on the freeway Gatwick scenery at the moment.
Request VFR to the south.
It's great, but it's
Bravo Mike Whiskey, London Control, roger. Startup approved.
very intense on the frames. Right, let's see what turbulence is like as to whether we let the passengers get out of their seats.
And taxi Whiskey 1 for runway 27. Golf Mike Whiskey.
London Control, this is 7015 Papa, ready for taxi, please.
7015 Papa, thank you. Right turn to Sierra and hold at Sierra 1.
Right turn Sierra and hold Sierra 1.
If we can
7915 Papa.
just climb above this cloud layer, and none of the passengers are going to wet themselves.
Level 290, speedbird 778 Foxtrot. Rhino 66, Mike Bravo, clear to land, runway 22. The surface wind is 1905.
Gatwick really is busy this morning, isn't it?
Clear to land, runway 22, Rhino 66, Mike Bravo.
Time machine 2, vacate to the right and then turn right
Time
onto
machine?
Juliet.
Was that the call sign?
Will vacate and turn right onto Juliet, time machine 2.
What a call sign. Time machine.
Time machine 2, thanks, call ground 121.8.
Brilliant.
Ground 121.8, time machine 2. Thank you for this.
Thank you. Easy 72, clear takeoff 26 left, wind 360 degrees 5 knots.
Clear takeoff 26 left, Easy 72.
Thursday really does sound busy this morning, doesn't it?
Glider 417, monitor Unicom 122, that's right, goodbye.
Unicom 122, that's right, Glider 417, today.
Maybe turning the anti-ice off was a good idea.
Hotel Whiskey, climb flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Easy 22 Hotel Whiskey.
We seem to be flying through the gaps in the clouds, so that's all right. Feda 747, how you doing? Martin says, since he got the Fenix A320 PMDGs are now collecting dust. Hey Gary Carter, hope you're well.
7015 Papa, 27 left, wind 2905, clear to takeoff.
London Center, Beach West Red Navy, Boeing 747, requesting clearance
I mean,
to
the
take
weather
off,
just looks
runway
atrocious
26
down there, doesn't it?
going to Damascus.
Okay, just stand by, I was talking to another aircraft. 7015 Papa,
Okay,
27 left,
I
clear to takeoff,
think,
2905.
let's just see if we can get through this cloud layer, then we'll turn the seatbelt signs off. I'm aware we've kept them on for longer than normal, but turbulence was potentially expected. Alexander says the weather will become worse in Marseille and Nice closer this evening around 4 hours or so. Yeah, that's why. I don't want a delay. Let's get in.
Speedbird 12, hello, line up, runway 26 left.
Beach West Red, we need to line up to runway 26 left. I'm waiting for the instruction to take off. Thank you.
That's correct. The call sign is Speedbird.
Martin Lewis Daniel, thank you for following on Twitch.
Control, hello, Speedbird 429's inbound, Ignos, flight level 240, welcome to hotel.
Pop those back on for a second while we break through this layer. RLS says he has an interesting pre-lockdown weekend break in Marseille. The port area is lovely, otherwise we'd say Marseille is the Birmingham of France. With a better football team. The Birmingham of France. Can you get a good curry there?
Good morning, London Control. This is Speedbird 7821 at Gatwick, holding short 6 left at Mike 1.
Hey Smarty, I'm very well, thank you. All the better to be here with you guys.
Speedbird 781.
Easy 72, climb flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, Easy 72.
We'll get some en route weathers in a bit. We'll have a look at Paris, Toulouse, Lyon. 737NG123 says his brother came back from Marseille yesterday.
Clear for takeoff.
Beach Airways 12, I'm ready to take off. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Stay with me, please.
Where's the banner at the top not working? Let's give that a kick, shall we?
Golf Foxtrot Light Whiskey at the Whiskey 1 hold.
Runway vacated, Ryanair 66 Mike Bravo.
66 Mike Bravo, thanks. Standard choice. Good morning.
Standard my choice. Good morning. Bye.
Golf Bravo, Mike Whiskey.
Alright, so hopefully the banner will be working now for you.
South, Nodder 2000 VFR and squawk 3753.
Right, the temperature's now cold enough we actually don't need the anti-ice.
2,000 feet, clear for task departure VFR. Golf Mike Whiskey.
Golf Mike Whiskey, correct. Left
Right, looks like we're about to start
Takeoff,
cloud surfing.
7, wind 2108.
Josh Foxtrot says he lives very close to Marseille. How's the weather, Josh? At night, pilot? No, this is just default Microsoft Flight Simulator weather. Squawk 76 says another lovely afternoon in the UK. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
7821, line up 26 left.
Line up 26 left, to be better, Fenix 1.
Gary says he did a flight into Jersey on the ILS this morning, had some wind shear and the Phoenix lost the glide path. If you have wind shear, Gary, then if you get that warning, then it's an instant go around. Eastbirds, your father once had to work in the port of Marseille. He was flown in by a private jet.
Don't need to be talking on the top. EZ35, Hotel November, Unicom 1228. Goodbye. EZ35, Hotel November, monitor Unicom. Goodbye.
Over to Unicom. Thanks so much for the service. EZ35, Hotel November. Bye bye.
Thank you. Amber 81, monitor Unicom 1228. Goodbye.
And we're on our own, guys. What a nice busy departure out of Gatwick. Perfect for a Thursday morning. And we've just broke through the clouds as well. It's definitely time to get rid of the seatbelt signs then now. I think we're can safely say that's good and done with.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has now been turned on. You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when in your seat, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Also nice to get a daytime flight in as well. I like flying on live time as well as live weather. We always fly on live weather, but flying on live time, particularly this time of year when I can only stream sort of early evening and evenings, it's obviously dark, isn't it? RLS, which of the three temperatures displayed in the main panel should be monitored for anti-ice? Right, okay, so when the TAT drops below 10 degrees and the SAT is below -40, so that's the range, +10, -40. Anything outside of that range, then you don't need the anti-ice. Bear in mind, of course, you only actually need it when flying through visible moisture, also known as clouds. JD Mackham, good morning to you. Is the radio comms actual radio or is it AI? No, it's actual radio, real people. Oh, look at this thick layer of cloud over the English Channel. Noma CLNL on Twitch, good morning to you. Yeah, real pilots don't get to choose the time, do they? Well, yes and no. I think a lot of airlines employ a kind of preferential system, your preferred time of flying. So if you're a morning person and you'd rather do the early flights and be back sort of mid-late afternoon and then have your evenings free, then you can request those. Or if you're just not a morning person and you want the afternoon and evening flights, then you can opt for those as well. Which I guess is a smart move by the airlines. You want your pilots to be at their best, and not everyone's a morning person, just like not everyone's an afternoon person, I guess. So we did plan flight level 37, but I think we're a bit too heavy for that to begin with. Can we get up to 37 yet? Oh, we can now, look. Yeah. Optimum's still 3.5, but go on, let's continue our climb. We'll go flight level 370, stay above that weather. 370 blue. Mark Portal, thank you for following us well on Twitch. It's great to see you guys on Twitch as well. We're still relatively in our infancy on the Twitch channel, so yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. No Breaks, good morning, says he's excited for Bavard to come in to the EasyJet network. And of course, yes, it's coming up to the time of year where Innsbruck and Salzburg are also returning because of the snow season. We'll have to obviously emulate that with some ski flights, won't we? Usually quite heavy payloads too, because of all the gear that the passengers take. So it'll be good to do those. We don't do Innsbruck too often. It would dilute the channel, I think, if we did it all of the time. I mean, I would give you a nice view out the window, but it's pretty much the same wherever you look, isn't it? Ollie Ken says, yeah, bad weather in Marseille right now, indeed. Christian says, the good thing about flying in France is you can really take your time when going to the kitchen to grab a coffee, because there's very, very rarely any air traffic control on in France. That is true. And it is, I think, a real shame, because obviously France is a massive country, and when you're departing the UK to a lot of destinations, you overfly France, so some ATC would definitely be good. Smarty was my favourite aircraft. It's got to be the Airbus, just because of its simplicity compared to the bucket and bolts of Boeing. Noma says on Twitch he watched a video today about the hot air balloon for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very nice. Yeah, I can see that being really, really relaxing. Just Willy Aviation News. Amazon has just ordered 10 Airbus 330 freights. Have they? Prime Air. Excellent. Alexander, I won't be flying tonight. He says if I'm going to fly tonight, I should visit Nice due to the cyclone going there. Yeah, I'll be avoiding that. I mean, Nice will be an awful place with bad weather. I think the ILS will they'll be upsetting the residents because they'll be flying the ILS approach if the weather's that bad. Now have a look at the winds here. The difference between our heading and our track. So we've got a heading of what, 157? It's not the track we're flying. Track's closer to 140. And we have that Jetstream wind, 74 knots, coming over from the west. Alexander, don't I like to fly bad weather? It depends. I mean, if it's stupidly bad, then the flights wouldn't go there in real life. For instance, yesterday on the Isle of Man, here in the UK, they were reporting gusts of around 60 knots. No aircraft's flying in that. RLS Print Design, good morning RLS. It says, with the fly-by-wire traffic injector, FSLTL, yeah, you think the single runway airports like Liverpool, Bristol, Edinburgh traffic look more realistic rather than the big hubs? Any other recommended single runway European destinations? Why is that, RLS? Why do you think it looks better as a single runway? Is that just because you don't have aircraft everywhere? Peter ATCO's not here, is he? He'd be... I would imagine with the kind of weather we're flying in today, he would have his finger over that red button to trigger some random failures. Willie says Inverness is regularly a no-go zone in the winter for that reason, the high winds. Yeah, right at the tip of Scotland, of course. Right, about 700 feet to go. Eastburst, current METAR from Marseille looks horrible. What have we got? Wind 090 at 9. That's a nice crosswind. Visibility 5 kilometers, rain, mist, lots of clouds, CBs, and temporarily variable gusts of 25 plus 40 knots. Wow. And thunderstorms. Ugh. Hey Noma, thank you for following. Grumpy Pirate as well. And Mr. Moss. Great to see you guys on board. Our Twitch following is actually gaining a bit of traction now, guys, so thank you so much for that. Right, we're coming up to our cruising flight level. There's Mac Alt Star. In about an hour and 10 minutes we should hit the ground. No Bricks following us well on Twitch. Hi mate. Right, there we go. We're at Alt Cruise, so let's set TCAS 2 below. We'll bring the cost index back to 4. And we'll do our top of climb checks.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'll be delighted to hear that we're now at our cruising altitude, and we hope to give you nice views throughout the flight as we have good weather ahead and should be experiencing turbulence. Of course, this means that you will not spill any of your drinks that you may have from the cabin crew and may be installed moving around the aircraft. Could you please ensure that the eyes are kept clear so the cabin crew can offer you their cabin service, which will begin shortly. A reminder that Easyjet's pilot channel members are able to access free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the remainder of the flight.
Right, so we also need to check when LVPs are going to come into place. We also need to check that the autopilot would actually be able to land it if that was the case given the current winds. Just what's the verdict on FSLTL in terms of frame rate? I've not noticed much of a difference, to be honest. In fact, I did a video on it. I'm going to plug my video here to you, really. There's a video comparing AIG and FSLTL, so you can go and check that. Yeah. Let's go and grab the latest weather for some places then. We'll do a fuel check as well in around 40 miles at Resme. See what we're getting. So we'll have a look at Paris. We'll go for Orly. It's not quite as busy as De Gaulle, so send that off. I'm also going to have a look at Toulouse and Lyon. And of course, Marseille. That's not the right code, is it? There we go. Right, let's see. What's the easy ops menu just there? 21 minutes late. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Josh Fox, yeah, the voice announcements, they are obviously pre-recorded. Right, so Paris Orly's Cav okay. At the moment, it'll be coming gusts of 30 with rain and thunderstorms. So that's Paris at the moment. Lyon is still good, so if anything goes wrong, Lyon's my my primary choice. Where's this? This is Toulouse. Actually, Toulouse is looking alright as well in a minute. Toulouse is good. And here is Marseille. So, visibility is 5,000. So at the moment, it's yeah, it's still Cat 1. It's nowhere near LVPs. Steve says 21 minutes late. Will you still make your connection? Well, it depends, Steve. Connection in Marseille. Have you got a boat to catch? So temporarily winds gusting 2.5. Sorry, winds are variable at 2.5, gusting 40. Thunderstorms, rain, visibility is down to 1.4 kilometers. Hey Barry, good to see you. Willie, you're defecting to another airline in 3 weeks. You're doing British Airways to London City. I've never flown into London City, but I bet that is a great approach. Magoy says gusting 40 and visibility of 1.4. 1400 metres, yeah. Looks fun. Could be interesting, couldn't it? The flying captain, good morning to you. Says, can I teach you how to use the autopilot in the Phoenix? When you enable it, it used to say for about 5 minutes, then it gets disengaged. If it's becoming disengaged, I'm guessing one of the protections is kicking in, or you're putting some sort of input on your controls. Now that could be a sensitivity setup error or something like that, so check that out. But if your speed started to drop when one of the alpha protections kicks in, then the autopilot will automatically come off for you to take control and basically sort your aircraft out. London City is quite fun, great views on departure. Yeah. Right, well, so we're over Ramsey now. Let's see what fuel we should have. So how much extra did we take actually? We took about 1.7 tons extra, didn't we? So where's Ramsey? 31 minutes in. We are currently 31 minutes in, bang on, and we should have about 5.8 tons of fuel. Oh, yeah, there you go. Amazing. Barry says, used to fly from Antwerp to Intercity in the Dash 8 regularly as a passenger. If there was a lot of wind, it was quite the joyride. I mean, the Dash 8s are just a joyride anyway, aren't they? Alexander, that is a very good point. He says the only thing that disappoints in this kind of flight is that we don't have the weather radar working yet in the aircraft, so we can't see the beautiful red colours of the precipitation and things. Yeah, that's true. Just Will, I think HD's just disappeared for a bit. I'll come back and you can answer that question in a bit. Christian says the Dash 8 in windy conditions looks really fun. I mean, it is really like a roller coaster. When you just to put this into perspective, you don't usually get a nice smooth soft landing in a Dash 8, even in the stillest of conditions. So if you go on YouTube and Google crosswind landings, then there's always a video of a Dash 8 just getting blown around like a bird. Thick clouds down there. Okay guys, I just need to go and visit the galley. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Then we best start briefing this approach because there's going to be a lot to consider. See you in a moment.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if you could need any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Right, what's the VATSIM ping? Runway 13 left. Yeah, I think that's going to be... Sorry, someone's just asked on VATSIM what runway we're using. I would imagine it would be 13 left. Best thing to do is look at flight radar 24. We're at. Good afternoon to you. Ashley78X on Twitch says X-Plane 12 looks amazing. Well, compared to X-Plane 11, absolutely it does. Cotton, I use self-loading cargo for all my passenger announcements and things. Wind's still bashing us from the west, isn't it? Ashley says, "Oh, sorry, he was joking about who's been on Microsoft Flight Sim saying X-Plane 12 looks amazing." You just can't believe how good the graphics have come in flight simulation. Just got a very small break in the clouds there, and that's the first time we've seen the ground since we left London. Ashley says he never cared about visuals though, so you can use X-Plane 11. See, this again is a bit of a bone of contention, I think, for a lot of people. Which one is better, Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane? Microsoft Flight Sim has certainly got far, far better with its flight dynamics than it used to be. That is absolutely true. There are definitely still a few things that need to be tweaked. But I guess Azobo have committed for the long haul, haven't they? So we'll see what happens. So a quick look then at flight radar 24. I'm just going to see how we're doing. Quick check says, yeah, 13 left is the one that is still being... 13 left is the one still being used. There's a Ryanair coming into land just now, actually, in Marseille. If he can get down, we've got to get down, right? Ashley Morris, good morning. Just a quick question. Does SimBrief auto-populate a descent profile into the flight plan? You notice the fly-by-wire never goes into managed descent as per the flight plan. No, Ashley. You are the pilot, and you have to control when you descend. So, the SimBrief flight plan will give you a top of descent, but don't rely on that. So now we've just confirmed what runway we're going to be using for the arrival. Let's go through, just get some information. So our approach is going to be Allegra 1 Romeo. Runway 13 left. And our VIA is Rixie, or is it Avignon? Hang on. Yeah, Rixie. Transition altitude from the charts, there's 5,000 feet. Platform altitude for the approach, 4,000 feet. Got some terrain to discuss as well, haven't we? MSA 3.5. Now, runway visual range, this is what's going to be the interesting point. At the moment, it's still Cat 1. Hey HD, good time to come back. Just discussing and building up the picture of how we're going to do the approach, or where we're going to bugger off to. Yeah, at the moment it's still technically Cat 1, so our decision altitude 218. ILS identifiers Mike Lima. Airfield elevations 8. Missed approach. Straight ahead 2,000 feet. And then climb up 4,000. Right, so that's all the information I need off the charts. Let's go start prepping the box. So our approach begins at Legra, and when we start the approach then we will get ourselves down. Well, we'll get ourselves down to flight level 220. If no ATC is online, of course. Oh yeah, and if I get a chance, we'll do the brief and then I'll chat to you about the anti-ice. Remind me about that. So let's just check the box is coded correctly. So Legra, Latam, that's an airline, isn't it? Ardeg, Oscox, Rixie. Legra, Latam, Ardeg, Oscox, Group B, Avignon, VOR. Then Mike Tango Golf 27. Yep. Then Mazet and Zebra, which is the initial fix. Zebra 4,000, so it wants us to be at 4,000 feet at this point. Mind you, it doesn't say mandatory, does it? So that's not an essential. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here. How far is Zebra away? HD, I do love to butcher the French language. I'll butcher anything, mate. It's the Yorkshire version. How far Zebra's away? Zebra is 14.5 miles. Well, I don't really want to be doing 243 at that far out. But let's just pop in 180 at this point. There you go, that's better. Slowed it down. Slowed it down nicely. Okay, so happy with how that's all looking and coded. Radnav page, what beacons have we got? We've got Marseille, Mike, Romeo, Mike. And we've also got what's used for the missed approach. No, the Marseille is used for the missed approach. We've got Mar, which is an NDB straight on. I'm guessing we're not going to be able to see very much on the approach today, depending on how the simulator throws the weather into the sim. 383 MAR, that's the one. We've also got Martiguez, Mike Tango Golf. 1173, isn't it, that one? Yeah. Okay, RANAV sorted. Progress page, Lima, Fox, Mike, Lima, 13 left. Should have about 4.5 tons of fuel on board when we land, so we've got plenty of fuel to have another go and then maybe decide to head off to Lyon if we can't get in. I'll get a weather update now. We'll pop this in for the performance page. Oh, you know it's rubbish weather when the METAR's that long. Okay, so wind is currently 110 at 12. Currently variable 25 and gusting 140. Alright, 110 at 12. QNH is oh, hang on, we've got some runway visual range shown here. Oh, they're still okay. Just QNH is 1015. Temperature 16. This really could be quite an exciting landing. So this is all we're interested in. We've got visibility is currently 27 or 12 or both, depending on which area of the which side of the field you're at. I've not seen that shown before, to be honest. Not seen 2 given. But runway 13 left, that's the one we're looking at. So visibility is currently 3,300 meters and decreasing. Thunderstorms, rain, mist. Christian, is that the lowest in Mac? I really should just use the decoder on my phone and read it all. Either way, both of those are technically still Cat 1. Presuming the lights aren't out. I'm going to guess the lights aren't out. HD, I have got scenery for this as well, so yeah, fingers crossed. It should look good. We might not be able to see it, but yeah. So minimums are 218. How long is the runway? I think where I've got the France VFR scenery in. I think it's France VFR. Oh, the runway's bloody huge. Should we use flaps 3? I think given the conditions and a nice long runway, flaps 3 might be a safe choice. Alright, we'll go with flaps 3 then. Just confirm, yeah, still 4.5 tons of fuel on board, and we'll copy the active. Right, the box is all set. Olican on Twitch says it's just about Tunisia for Geneva in the easy colours. We'll be able to see the bad weather now with the south of France, yeah. Tenerife landing will be in around 40 minutes, I think. Okay then, boys and girls, let's brief. So, the weather we've been discussing in a bit of detail anyway. You can see here, chances are the weather is getting worse and worse. There's thunderstorms and rain as well in the vicinity. Got mist. Clouds are, well, the cloud layer is, the lowest one is showing at 1,500 feet. Few clouds and broken 3,400, broken 4,600. Cumulonimbus clouds as well. QNH 1015. Visibility is the key thing for us though. Runway 13 left at the moment, 3,300 meters and getting worse. What really concerns me is the variable winds. Variable 25 gusting 40. So it's already out of the isn't it already out of the autopilot limits for an auto land? I mean, it's still Cat 1, so we wouldn't be doing auto land. Headwind is 30, crosswind is 20, tailwind is 10, so yeah, it's pretty much already out of there. So that's potentially going to be a biggest threat. The weather's the aircraft's still fully serviceable. No times for arrival. But yeah, that's going to be the biggest threat. The weather. We've got terrain on our arrival, but that's neither here nor there because it's miles away from the airport. Just need to be aware that when we do get to the airport, we do have a little bit of terrain to the east. So our safe place is obviously to the south and the southwest. MSA is 3,500 when we're on the final approach, all based off the Marseille VOR, which is just after the airport, as you can see here on the chart. So yeah, biggest threat is definitely the weather. The unpredictability of the weather, I think, is what we can what we can call it. Christian says if I see him upside down on runway 13 left, I'd better brief for 13 right as well. Screw that, I'm not landing there. That's a really short runway, isn't it? How short's that runway? Oh, actually, it's not as short as I thought. It's just this one's really long. Okay, so we are expecting runway 13 left, and we're on the Allegro 1 Romeo arrival. We'll start our initial descent heading down to flight level 220. The approach then brings us in Avignon flight level 80, and then the way I will look to set up for the approach is at Zebra. I want flaps 1. Zebra at flaps 1. By that point we'll be pretty close, I think, to 180 knots and flaps 2 with the glide slope. So that's how I'm going to configure things. The approach type is a nice ILS. It's a normal 3-degree approach. Platform altitude is 4,000 feet anyway. No minimum speeds or anything like that, and we'll use auto brake low. I'm going to do a flaps 3 landing, which gives us where's it gone? Gives us a VAP of 141. I mean, that should be okay, I think. We've got loads of extra fuel, so if we do need to go around, then the go around, as we can see, straight out. Once we're at 2,000 feet, it's a right-hand turn, but not before we're 5 miles from the ILS DME. That's coded in the box, so we'll let the autopilot handle that. If we hear wind shear, it is an immediate go around, and the wind shear actions are wings level and toga climb. We're pretty much at the top of descent, so we're going to start heading down.
Ladies and gentlemen, from flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear.
Not quite sure why the FCU is not updating, but we've got thrust climb descent 220 blue. The wind shear call, thank you HD, is windshield toga. Well, I hope you guys are ready for what could potentially be an exciting landing. Pull back if you need to, 17.5 degrees, leave the configuration alone. Yes, of course, that's quite important. We don't want any surface changes or landing bay doors to be messing around. Down we go. Yeah, so we're quite happy with the go-around calls. I think we've seen that happen a few times on the channel. Wind shear, we've not, though. I don't know if the wind shear call works in the Phoenix. Has anyone tried it? Christian says he has had it recently. Oh, fantastic. Keep an eye on that temperature. We're obviously going to be getting the anti-ice on as well, aren't we? Let's pop these charts up. Gary, you had it this morning at Jersey. Fantastic. Oh, well, that's something to look forward to. Okay, so the arrival chart we need, I just want to pin it here so we've got good access to it as well and you guys can see it. We need 10-2 Alpha. And then the approach charts we need 11 and 11-1. Just pulled the ground charts up as well actually. So all the parking stands. And 10-9, which is the airport. God, that looks a bit turbulent already, doesn't it? Here we are. I even prefer the night charts, even in the daytime. That's just a me thing. Right, sorry guys, I don't think you're going to see that much out of the window on this approach. Could be exciting, but let's hope it's boring, shall we? Do you know, just for a moment then I got rather disorientated. I just saw the standby and saw that we were banking, and I thought, we're not, we're level. Quick check of the PFD. Confirmed, no, we are indeed turning, which would make sense, of course. But if you can get disorientated here sat in a simulator, imagine how easy it is to do it in real life at 30,000 feet. I'm kind of glad, Christian, that you're ahead of me. HD says, oh, we never look out the window. Well, it wouldn't bloody matter if you looked out the window. It's always night time. And you're not allowed to look out the window. FS Realistic is also turned on as well, so might have a slight effect. Right, time for the ice.
Traffic ahead, hello, easy. I'm vectoring myself with the delay. I'm quite couple miles behind you, descending from -7 as well, so I'm doing the delay vectors.
Well, we are in Unicom, so I'll give a position report momentarily. 40 miles from LATAM. I wonder at what point it's going to start battering the aircraft with rain. Dark, can I do a proper approach PA? What, in my best French accent? You don't want that. Anthony says, loving the stream. Thank you so much, Anth. If you haven't done so already, guys, please do hit that like button on the stream. Will help other people to find the channel. They may even find it just in time for the arrival as well. And of course, if you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe too. What better way to pass a Thursday morning though, right? And I am sat here drinking tea. I'm going to need the tea for the approach, I think. I don't want to... I need to empty the cup so I don't spill it. God, this is grey, isn't it? Just looking as well at the winds, it's starting to turn into a tailwind. So just want to keep on top of the of that descent profile. It's managing it quite well at the minute, so all right for the time being. Z3 Rob on Twitch says, welcome to Twitch. Sometimes follow the work on YouTube. Do you know what? Not too many people know this unless you heard me say it before, but we actually started on Twitch before YouTube. But YouTube was just better for the tutorial videos, wasn't it? Tanish, the tailwind is not what you want unless you're in the cruise. In the cruise, you want a tailwind. It pushes you to your destination faster, but yeah. On approach, a headwind helps slow you down, so if we've got a nasty tailwind, we're going to start configuring earlier than I'd briefed, I think. It's going to start to get bumpy now, you can see it, so I think we're probably going to get seatbelt signs on a little earlier than normal as well. Do you guys want to start guessing the landing rate now? Remind me to start the replay. We might not want to see the replay, but... Wish that weather radar worked. Really do. Could anybody just give us an updated METAR if one has been released? And we'll program the box if we need to. Christian's going to try Cat 1. Well, the problem is, I think, are the winds still outside of... are the winds in limits for auto land or not? Thank you to whoever's just sent me the current METAR on VPilot. 13 left, visibility is still 3,300 meters, but decreasing. Okay. Still technically showing Cat 1 minimums then. Amplifiers, thank you so much for the Twitch raid. Get yourself strapped in for what could be a messy arrival. Mark says it looks lovely. It's the winds that are variable 25, gusting 40. I mean, variable winds at 25, that's just a mess. HD, runway visual range we need for Cat 1 is 550. Double check that now you said it. I'm sure it's 550. 550 is the norm. Here it is... Oh no, it's not. It's 750. 750. Right, let's continue our descent then. Down to flight level 80. 80 blue. What am I missing, HD? 13 left. C 750. Look, where's the RVR 400? I'd not seen that. We need to set up for the auto land then, don't we? Hang on, we've still got time. Refresh. Latest one. Hang on, that's not right, is it? That's not the live weather, surely. Here we go. Right, now I've got a proper one. I've had to use my phone app for this. I'm just cautious. I don't want to get behind the aircraft because time's running out. Right, here we go. So visibility is 1,000 meters. Visibility lowest is 400 meters. Right, okay. So that's auto land territory. What's the winds? Variable 25, gusting 40. Let's prep for an auto land, and if need be, I can knock the auto land off. Right, so it is full Cat 3B equipped, so no. Right, auto land is programmed. So let me just read out a full METAR. This is a proper live METAR. Here comes the rain. Let me just strap the passengers in. Oh god, look at the cloud layers there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seat and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Oh, HT, it's been a while since we've since we've woke you up like this. Right, I'm going to give you the full METAR because I've now got it, not the one on the tablet. That I'm not sure what that was saying. Right, so current wind. This is reported 14 minutes ago. Winds variable 6 knots, gusting 18. Well within limits for the auto land. Visibility is 1,000 meters, lowest is 400 meters. Runway visual range for 13 left, which is what we are doing, is 550 meters. That's below Cat 1, so we need to do the auto land. Weather, heavy thunderstorm, rain, patches of fog, few clouds at 200 feet, scattered clouds 1,200 feet, broken clouds 300 feet, temperature 15, dew point 14, QNH is 1014. There is a tempo of winds, so temporarily winds variable 25 knots, gusting 40. Weather, thunderstorms and rain. I'm sure the passengers will enjoy the flight. It's whether they enjoy the landing. Christian says, holy bananas, it's windy down here. So here's a great question for H then. So if you're doing an auto land and because of the tempo winds, you can see that you're getting something daft. Let's say a 32 knot crosswind or something stupid like that. But you are visual with the runway. Would you then knock off autopilot and land it yourself, or leave the autopilot in even though it's beyond the limits? Because quite right too, the actual bloody winds are reported to not be bad at all. The tempo ones, however, are a different ball game. I didn't tell you where we're going after we'd vacated as well, so we're going to be vacating left and backtracking. God, this is dark. You can tell it's dark when you can see the panel lights showing in daytime. Marseille area traffic, Easy 35 Hotel November, now over Rixey on the Legra 1 Romeo arrival for approach, runway 13 left. Passing flight level 120, speed 238.
Traffic behind Amber 81 will slow down for 2110 because I have some arrival route as the same destination as you. So, by the way, have a safe landing.
HD's missed the last 5 minutes. Is that because you passed out, mate? No, the question was, so say you're going for an auto land, but on the approach you can see that the winds are well out of the limits for an auto land. So let's say, I don't know, you've got a headwind of 40 knots or a crosswind of 27 knots, something like that. But you are then visual with the runway. Would you leave the auto land in, or would you knock it out and go manual? Right, we're at 11,000. I'm going to get ourselves down now to 4,000, which is our platform altitude. 1014. $4,000 blue. Dean, autopilot is most certainly not off. And we're bang on profile. I'll be honest, HJ, I'm going to have to read up on that because I can't recall, not from memory anyway. Alexander, anti-ice is on. Yeah, it's just actually starting to get to the warm point where you'd normally get rid of it. But if you've got thunderstorms in the vicinity, so that's CBs, they potentially have a bit of ice in them. I don't think there's any danger leaving it on. We've got absolutely shed loads of fuel, so I'm not concerned about that. Right, we're going to pull speed 230. We'll activate our approach phase, and that's done. So the FMA call-outs are important for the auto land.
Passing Avignon 8,000 feet, slowing down for 200.
Well, this is an exciting Thursday, isn't it? You will notice now that my narration will start to drop out as we begin to concentrate more and more. I didn't realise at this airport there was an Airbus helicopters factory, but apparently that is indeed the case. Burasima, thank you so much for gifting the tier 1 subs. That is amazing. Thanks, mate. Really do appreciate that. Burasima, long-time supporter of the channel, both on YouTube and Twitch. So we're not flying too fast anyway, which is fine. We're slowing down easy. We've got more of a headwind now as well, which again helps us to slow. Christian's 500 feet, can't see anything yet, and still able to find time to chat. That's impressive. So there's a good answer, HD. So we're a minimum of 125... oh, sorry, you need a minimum of 125 meters for the midpoint runway visual range. So he'd argue if you're visual before the decision height and the wind was outside of auto limits, we could land manually if RVR was okay. However, he would need to check this. If the wind was outside the limits prior to 1,000 feet, of course the approach ban exists and you can't continue.
You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish.
That's quite important.
Magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
So if we check the winds at 1,000 feet, because what was the cloud base? Cloud base was well, the cloud base was 200 feet, wasn't it? Right, let's start slowing ourselves down. We'll go manage speed. Is that the FCU just not doing its job? Come on. It is reducing speed now, so yeah, I think the FCU is just not updating. Strange. There we go. Dark, thank you for the 500 bits. Mike Lima is identified, was 17 miles out. Let's start configuring as well now. So we're going to go flaps 1, speeds checked. Flaps 1. Really wish my FCU would update. Set 180 knots. So we've got alt glide slope lock blue cat 3 dual to pilot 1 and 2. I'm not even going to touch the FCU. It seems to be a bit bugged, which is a pain. There's lock start. Marseille traffic Easy 35 Hotel November, establishing now runway 13 left, 14 miles, speed 180 knots. Right, the replay's started. $30 miles, let's quickly just brief the go around. So go around flaps, if we call it, then pitch, rotate, check the FMAs. Once we've got positive rate, landing gear can come up, and then thrust reduction altitude, obviously set climb thrust, and 5 miles out we make a right hand turn. If someone would kindly give us a METAR, sort of, if you give us a METAR at about 2,000 feet, if anyone's got that to hand, that would be grand. Just because of the stream delay. Okay, we're fully established, we're on the glide and the localizer, that's all done. Let's set our missed approach altitude, which is 4,000 feet, that's set. Oh, if I was doing a go-around HD, autopilot would absolutely be sorting it out. One of the wonderful things of the Fenix aircraft having the go-around tracking. There you go. You can see it's there. Here comes the rain.
Cabin crew,
2,500.
Radio altimeter is alive. Dark says it's Bilbao all over again. The difference was as well, not that it makes much difference, but Bilbao was at night. And we didn't have a go-around track. Let's sort ourselves out then. So go manage speed, gears down on the spoilers. Headwind's been slowing us down till now. Flaps 2. Followed shortly by flaps 3.
4 miles away, establish a localizer runway 13 left.
And flaps 3. Marseille traffic Easy 35 Hotel November, established 13 left, 5 miles, final approach speed. Landing checklist, cabin is secured, go around altitude 4,000 to set. Eco memo landing no blue. Auto land. Ground speed mini definitely doing its job with that headwind.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. 3 miles. Two miles. Going to be quite a fast landing this compared to normal.
500.
500 feet, so we are stable. Bouncing all over the shop, but we're stable. Land. I can see the runway lights.
$100. 50, 40, 30.
Flare.
10. Retard.
Retard the thrust. Roll out. Oh, Phoenix, you're amazing. Reverse green, spoilers deployed. Disconnect the auto brakes. Right, let us get off this runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with
Marseille
you,
traffic,
definitely in the
runway
seat pocket,
13
underneath the
left
seat,
is
and in
vacated.
the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening them.
Marseille traffic, thank you. Runway 14 miles final for runway 13 left.
Designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you.
I guess there was no visibility on runway, am I correct?
Easyjet journey. For the latest news,
Runway comes into
flight
view
and
at
destination
around
information, check out
150
our
feet.
official Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet.
Lovely, we go out to left.
All that excitement, didn't even put the taxi lights on. Let's put those on now. Oh, that was exciting. What was really nice is it worked. So what was the landing rate? I don't get to see that. Was it a bit non-realistic? I thought it actually looked fantastic. -5. -5. Oh, guys, if you've enjoyed the stream today, then please do leave a like. It makes a huge difference to the channel, so a big thank you to everyone who's gone ahead and done that. And of course, if you're not new, then please do consider subscribing as well. I'm going to show the replay in a moment. I don't care where we're parking. We're just going to hurry up, park up, check out the replay. So let's just throw us in here. HC, where am I parking? Not really bothered, mate. I just want to get parked and then we'll show the replay off and see how that looks. Cheers, Dark. Good to see you. Okay, well, self-loading cargo said 188 feet per minute. I think that is probably a more realistic approach, isn't it? Right, thank you, guys. I'm going to come off VATSIM now. There's Christian, safely at the gate. Let me come off VATSIM so that we can now run our replay and check that out. Quite how much we're going to see, I'm not sure, but we'll just get this thing set up. Oh, self-loading cargo's having a panic because we've just thrown the passengers out. So I'll just wind that forward a little bit because I started this quite early on at about 4,000 feet. So let's just getting a little lower. There we are. So I guess this must be a bit disconcerting as a passenger. If you don't know what's going on at the front, you can see, no one can see anything. Thank goodness the wind was a lovely headwind as well. That, I think, really, really helped. Nicholas, the voice thing, that's from self-loading cargo. Tennis, yeah, I'll do an outside view in a little while. Love these wing views though. HD says, what was all the fuss about? I know, right? We've got an Airbus. We don't need to worry. Ollie Ken, that's right. Self-loading cargo for Microsoft Flight Simulator, yeah. Instincts, these wing views I set up myself. There's a video on the channel about how you can go ahead and do that. Or you can actually download these ones and just install them. They are available on our Discord server. You'll get another replay, another touchdown rate in a moment as well. See what that is. There was absolutely nothing wrong with that auto land, was there? Lucas says he lives in Marseille and can confirm it's challenging weather. Instinct says, great job on the landing. Nothing to do with me. I just programmed a box. That looked wonderful. Let's just check out the other window, shall we? Should see the airport at this side as well. Oh, it's murkier over here, isn't it? Can't even see the terminal building. HDU sends DM with lots of questions. Yeah, I think you're right. Give you something to do for the afternoon. Right, if I just rewind to the point where we touched down, we'll have a look outside. See how beautifully this Phoenix auto lands its aircraft. So that's about there, isn't it? Let me just disconnect. There we go. Interestingly enough, all of the lights don't show unless you return them back on. So have I got lights on? Let's have a quick check. Yeah, they appear to be. Okay. Somewhere in this beautiful weather, my aircraft should appear out of this very, very low level fog. Would have been interesting, wouldn't it, if this for some reason hadn't been a has it touched down yet? Oh, it touched down miles away. Hang on, go back. Honestly, that is just a super skilled auto landing. Amazing stuff. Centerline and everything. And the aircraft as well can decrab itself. Not that too much of that was required today because it was more or less a headwind, but the way it works is just stunning. Right guys, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this Thursday morning stream and just kept you entertained for the last 2.5 hours or so. I've lost my aircraft, it's disappeared into the pea soup. Never mind. We can do the underside view, I might leave you with that to finish with. So thank you so much everyone. I hope you've all had a great morning. I'm going to look forward to I'm going to leave you with one replay to go, but big thank you to those of you who have donated and contributed to the channel's upkeep as well today, and to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, as always, thank you so much for your continued support. I'm going to leave you with this one now. God, it's loud. See you later guys, have a great Thursday. Bye bye.